This is the list of the top 10 smartest anime characters, and trust me, if you leave before the end, you'll miss out on the one genius whose brain is so terrifying, it makes even gods feel insecure. Stick around, because this isn't just another recycled ranking. This one is going to prove just how far human intellect in anime can really go. Now, before I start, a quick disclaimer, this list is made purely based on my knowledge and analysis. And yes, I know it's highly debatable, because when you talk about the smartest, every anime fan has their own favorite genius. Some of you will agree, some will rage in the comments, and that's fine. That's the beauty of anime discussions. But here's the real problem. Ranking intelligence in anime is almost impossible to do perfectly. Think about it, you'd have to gather every single character across every anime, examine their smartest achievements, and somehow compare them. How do you compare someone who solved intergalactic equations to someone who manipulated entire nations? It's not easy, but I've tried to make this list as flawless as possible, by focusing on what really matters, their biggest achievements, their mental strategies, and their impact in their respective worlds. So let's dive in, from number 10 to number 1. Number 10, Sosuke Aizen, Bleach. Aizen isn't just strong, he's terrifyingly smart. He played the entire Soul Society like a chessboard. Every move his enemies made, he had already predicted years in advance. Even his allies were nothing more than pawns. His manipulation skills are next level, but compared to others on this list, he relies heavily on his powers too. Still, the fact that he made captains, lieutenants, and even the viewers feel completely helpless earns him a solid spot here. Number 9, Kurisu Makise, Steins Gate. Kurisu is pure brilliance in the field of science. At just 18 years old, she was already publishing groundbreaking papers and solving problems that the brightest minds couldn't touch. Without her, the concept of time travel in Steins Gate wouldn't have even existed. She's not manipulating armies or fighting villains, but her scientific genius literally changed the laws of the universe. Number 8, Kiyotaka Ayanokouji, Classroom of the Elite. Ayanokouji is the definition of quiet intellect. He doesn't show off, he doesn't boast, but he manipulates entire classrooms without anyone even realizing it. He's a product of the White Room, trained to be the perfect human weapon, and he uses strategy like breathing. What makes him terrifying is how cold and detached he is. Every move is calculated, every word is deliberate. He's like the shadow master of manipulation, and trust me, if you think he's only playing high school games, you haven't seen his real potential yet. Number 7, Norman, the Promised Neverland. Norman may look like just a kid, but don't let that fool you. His mind is razor sharp. In a world where children are literally bred as food, Norman outsmarted adults, demons, and an entire system designed to be unbeatable. His ability to predict moves way ahead of time and set up elaborate plans, all while under extreme pressure, shows a genius that rivals even the grown-up masterminds. Number 6, Shikamaru, Nara, Naruto. Shikamaru is the ultimate example of a lazy genius. He hates effort, he hates work, and yet, when it comes down to it, his brain works like a supercomputer. His ability to think 10 steps ahead in battle and outmaneuver enemies far stronger than him is legendary. Remember his fight with Temari, or how he handled Hiden and Kakazu. That wasn't brute force, that was sheer intellect. What makes Shikamaru relatable is that he's not some god-tier manipulator, he's just a guy who uses his brain better than anyone else. Number 5, Senku Ishigami, Drive. Stone. Senku is the closest thing to a real scientist we have in anime. After humanity turned to stone, he basically rebuilt civilization from scratch, with nothing but his mind. From fire to electricity to medicine to communication devices, Senku proved that knowledge truly is power. While others on this list play with manipulation or strategy, Senku plays with the laws of science itself, bending them to humanity's advantage. He's proof that intellect doesn't need to be cruel to be world-changing. Number 4, Light Yagami, Death Note. Light isn't just smart, he's dangerously smart. Given the Death Note, he didn't just use it like a tool, he turned it into a weapon of ideology. He built an entire persona, Kira, and had the entire world dancing between fear and admiration. Light's genius lies in his ability to manipulate not just individuals, but global society. The reason he's not higher, his arrogance, his overconfidence was his downfall, and that's what separates him from the true top minds. Number 3, Lawliet, Death Note. L is the natural rival to Light, and arguably the only person who could keep up with him. His deductive reasoning, his ability to pick up on the smallest details, and his sheer unpredictability make him one of the greatest detectives in anime history. The game of cat and mouse between L and Light wasn't just entertaining, it was like watching two gods of intellect wage war. And although L ultimately fell, his brilliance is undeniable. Number 2, Lelouch by Britannia, Code Geass. Lelouch is not just a genius strategist, he's a revolutionary. With the power of Geass, yes, but more importantly, with his ability to inspire, manipulate, and plan wars that shake entire empires. He built the persona of Zero and manipulated friend and foe alike. What makes Lelouch incredible is his balance of intellect and emotional depth. He wasn't just a cold strategy, he genuinely cared, and yet still played the Game of Thrones like a master. Number 1, Johan Liebert, Monster. And finally, the smartest anime character of them all, Johan Liebert. Johan isn't just smart, he's terrifyingly inhuman. He doesn't need powers, gadgets, or armies. His weapon is pure psychological manipulation. He can make anyone, child, adult, or even groups of people, dance to his tune, and often, without them even realizing it. Johan is a monster not because of what he does, but because of how effortlessly he does it. He embodies the darkest side of human intellect, the kind of brilliance that doesn't build, but destroys. His most chilling power, making people believe that ending their own lives was their own idea. That level of psychological control is beyond genius, it's godlike. Johan once said, "There's nothing special about me. I'm just an empty shell." But that's the scary part, how someone who sees themselves as nothing can completely rewrite the lives of everyone they touch. That's why Johan Liebert, without a doubt, takes the crown as the smartest anime character of all time. So there you have it, my list of the top 10 smartest anime characters. From scientific brilliance to battlefield strategy to god-tier manipulation, anime has given us minds that bend reality itself. But let me ask you this, what's the point of being smart if you don't look the part? Because no matter how intelligent these characters are, part of their appeal is how effortlessly cool they look while doing it. And that's exactly what I'll be breaking down in my next video, how to look as good as anime characters like Gojo Satoru and Sung Jinwoo in real life. Trust me, you won't want to miss that one. So, drop your thoughts in the comments, who would you rank higher, who did I leave out? And don't forget to watch the next video, because brains are great, but style, that's the real battlefield.